Howdy, folks. I'm Grotto Goblin, and welcome to the second edition of Reaper Updates. I am not sponsored by Reaper Mini, just a reminder I am just another consumer in this capitalist hellscape, finding a little beacon of light with this company, Reaper Mini, and their products, which I just happen to enjoy. Where we last shared some news, it was mostly revolving around the Bones VI Pledge Manager closing. So, as a reminder, this is going to be closing on the 31st of December 2023. So, New Year's Eve. I would get this all taken care of at the latest by the 30th, not the 31st. And remember, if you were an existing backer or a new backer, because if you didn't back the Kickstarter, you can still go and pick up some things from the Pledge Manager. That is all available here. With that in mind, we have some things to discuss regarding the Pledge Manager, starting with this. So you may have received an email from Reaper Mini. Let me zoom in a little bit. So, if you purchase the Apprentice figure, that is going to be this right here. If you purchased either version of the Apprentice figure, the painted or unpainted version, they have changed the price. Doing this, you will have been added a small sum of credits depending on how much you purchase. This is a bit of a case-by-case basis. In my instance, I picked up one version of the Apprentice, the unpainted version. See, I have one already purchased there, limit of 10 per user. And so they gave me a $10 credit. Now, why did they give me a $10 credit? So the original version of this model, as it came out, was $20. So essentially, they gave me 50% of my payment back. Now, that is credit only in the Pledge Manager, so unfortunately, if you weren't planning on picking anything else up, that doesn't really come back to you. Put that credit towards something else if you were thinking about picking up something else, but yeah, there was another version of the Apprentice available previously. That is the pre-painted version. That was $40. The Apprentices were in the power-ups section. This is stuff added after the campaign on Kickstarter was well over. If you scroll down here, you will notice that the pre-painted version is no longer available. I don't know how things will work if you had one sitting over here in your cart. That wasn't the case for me, so I wouldn't be able to show what that looks like, but it would appear that they are no longer offering the pre-painted version. So if you're going to pick this up, you're going to have to pick it up in the unpainted version. That said, this is a pretty good looking mini. They have some little production images here. Now, while I'm over here, I just want to show you this right here. Look, you can see that I have a discount here as well. If you have any lingering funds from the Kickstarter campaign, it's also going to be here as part of your pledge, and then you can add and remove things as needed. And you can see for my $10, I could get these extra pillars for $10 and pay nothing. It would just be free. So, hey, if you don't want to pick up anything else, just go ahead and add some pillars into your thing. Just get some pillars, a little free gift from Reaper Mini if you don't feel like adding any other extras or paying more than the $10. So that's what's going on with Bones VI Pledge Manager. There is a little bit more news with the actual Kickstarter itself. The Bones VI Tales from the Green Griffin Kickstarter. We have seen some photos of minis in production. This is one of the options, the Egg of the Phoenix. You see they're playing with multicolored miniatures. These are somewhat clear, the yellow ones, because they have like fire elements. So the idea is that you would paint everything else that's not fire, and then you would just have like the little like flame see-through element there. Here's also some assembly photos for the 30th anniversary dragon and the mount. You see this for the assembly process. And down here we have the Storm Giant Queen. Really cool looking mini. You can see sort of the production model there. I really like the steps on the cloudscape here. Really nice, very cool looking minis. And there she is compared to the Bones 5 Storm Giant King. And you can see the sort of material change. These minis are going to be cast in a similar Bones Black material. Unless stated otherwise, there is a list up here where you can look through everything. Winter, fall. I want to say Winterfell there for a second. This is our little owl bear cub set. Should be very popular with Baldur's Gate 3 in our review. It's all around a cool little selection of sort of production models. They're getting things squared away. That's the lighthouse slash guard tower that were there, and the guard. Now we haven't actually seen any images of these minis. The little lighthouse keeper, who is a skeleton. It's a little hard to tell from that angle, and well, I guess we don't really have a great front angle of the guard, but it's a pretty good looking guard. Can fit a variety of locations. Some of the things that they're going to be casting in this campaign are going to be in like a brown material, as is fitting. In this case, it's like a wood material. This is from the Green Griffin bar set, so you can come through, and you might not even have to paint too much on these. And if you're one of those people that doesn't paint minis, well then hey, this is just already improvement. They're also doing this for the Mudmen, and I think that looks pretty good to me, I think. Not too much going on with the campaign itself other than the Pledge Manager updates, but still definitely worth checking out. Speaking of, the Dungeon Dwellers role-playing game Kickstarter has had a little bit of news as well. Just some production updates on the miniatures. These are land shark minis. So the assembly there and the oozes. Here we have a opaque version, just so you can see the details a little bit better. I like the kind of bubbling element. It makes me think of all the like trapped air and stuff. And again, there is this pocket of air in there that's cleared that you'll be able to put a little pile of bones and goodies in there. Hey, if you have any suggestions for anything in here, you can always head down into the comments. It's a very active comment section on here. Just remember, be respectful. With that, we're pretty much caught up with all the Kickstarter stuff. I kind of want to transition now into just general Reaper news. Still got some things going on the main page here. You can always check out, of course, the holiday event where you could get minis for free with your orders for like the 12 days of Reaper or whatever. That's over. However, if you missed that 12 days of Reaper, you can actually pick out those individual minis on their own. So if you come over into this section, you can get there by clicking on this image here. These are all the minis that you could have got for free with your $40 orders. Now you can buy them just on their own. So if you missed out any, if you didn't want to spend a whole $40, but you can spare $7.99 or $9.99 or whatever it may be, then you can come pick them up individually here. Another bit of news going on. There are some up-and-coming miniatures. If you hit this banner here, it'll just take you right to the new stuff, but I just want to show you the hobgoblins that they're coming out with. If you had gotten this free hobgoblin mini before, or had bought it at some point during the sale, this is the Scarneck Hobgoblin Warrior. Now he has a little trio of companions here, so if I just zoom in just a little. Really, really neat little set of minis. I just thought I would highlight those. They're really cool looking. There's some other new releases in the shop. Got a trio of war dogs. These are all really great little familiar things. Love this little guy here. Giant snapping turtle. I've had my eye on that for a while. And then just some other really cool minis, including this one that you can still get for free if you pay over $40. And of course, a few more little things they still have in stock that were coming in from Bones 5. Here are a few planned releases in the preview section. We're going to zoom in a little more. Right off the bat, April 2024, Shavenra the Slayer. One of the best Bones 5 dragons, if not the best Reaper dragons that they've ever released. Moving along the list, a lot of stuff where there's no images, so we'll have to see the Barrowgate Town Watch, and going into next year, various other points, you're going to have some more like adventurers, things like that. Valfurix, another Bones 5 dragon, and the Fire Giant Hellbringer, another Bones 5 thing going into retail. There's a little bit of a theme of that. These halfling dog riders, very cool. And these knights, I'm a big fan of these. And then these don't have images, but these are also Bones 5 minis. But you see there's more Bones 5 stuff down here. So, these guys are not Bones 5, but these other ones. If you miss Bones 5, hey, they're starting to hit the shelves. Whether or not they're your local hobby store or just the Reaper online store, they're starting to filter out there. That all being said, I've been Grotto Goblin, you've been you, and thank you so much for watching. If you like these sort of videos, you can show your support by liking, commenting, subscribing. Just lets me know I'm doing a good job here and that you enjoy this content. It encourages me to make more and anything else that I have a whim for putting up on YouTube. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.